Even when the school day is dragging on and the weekend is nowhere in sight, don't worry. The more questions there are, the more hilarious answers there are to be found. Just for you, here's another round of school life hacks. Mike, the bell already rang, but Teach is nowhere to be found. Well, we can't just sit here twiddling our thumbs, can we, Kira? It's just the time to exercise our wits a bit. What is going on here? Why, nothing at all, just some new mathematic experiments. Right, Mike? Oh, really? Well done, everyone. I'm impatiently awaiting your well-documented results. Success. Are you ready, Kira? I'm always ready, Mike. But something tells me that you're gonna blow it again, my curly-haired genius. Even if I forgot my compass at home, that doesn't mean I have to try and draw a perfect circle by hand. Not bad, right? Who am I kidding? This is friggin' awful. Gotta come up with something better. I've got a feeling that the solution to my problem is somewhere at hand. Allow me to use your hair tie for a moment, Jess. I can't just move on without a perfect circle after all. Math is an exact science after all, and I can't settle for anything subpar. Today, in fact, I will make a contribution to education. Not bad, Steve. But next time, at least wait for me to give my permission first, okay? I can never catch a break. Finally, I'm on the verge of a great discovery. But what can I do if at the most crucial moment, it turns out that my pencil is too small to support my work anymore? I shall not despair. I will combine the incompatible to save the day. What if I take a pencil and put it together with a pen? Come on, and why not? We're all taught from a young age that those who are big should help anyone smaller. And who knows, maybe someday a big pencil can help out a small pen. But of course, that's a whole different story. When you're sharpening a lot of pencils, you're left with a mighty mound of shavings. And after a while, you might start to feel like all of those shavings are about to take over the world, and there's nowhere to put them already. But the thing is, you've already gotten a taste for sharpening, and you can't just quit cold turkey. But the shavings, the shavings! First, they're just on the desk, but then they spread to the floor, and soon the classroom is overflowing with them and out into the whole school before the world itself. Scary, right? Don't fear. In order to avoid such a catastrophic situation, you'll just need a balloon. The balloon will happily contain all of those messy shavings so they can be sent off to the trash in an organized manner. We all work better in a clean environment, right? So let's get started here and, well, look at that. Put that balloon on your sharpener and make as many shavings as you'd like. Oh, and don't forget to share this new knowledge with those around you. And then they'll go on to tell everyone they know, and soon the whole world will be using this life hack. Not only will your classmates thank you, but maybe even Greenpeace, too. Who among us doesn't like to enjoy a little snack during class? But on the other hand, who likes having to share their tasty treats with a bunch of freeloaders? That's right, no one. But what can you do when you're surrounded by parasites and you can't seem to come up with a reason to tell them no, no matter how hard you try? Don't stress, there's always a way to save your precious chocolate. You just need to be a bit more sly and hide your candy in a safe place. So when the vultures descend, you simply put on an oh-so-innocent face that conveys your complete loss at what they could possibly want from you. After all, if they want chocolate, they can go out and buy their own. And while they're at the store, they can always pick up a few extras. Now then, let's get back to our parade of possibilities for drawing circles with everyday items. If there's absolutely nothing round at hand to trace, you might think you're in a real pickle, and there's no way your work of art is going to be even close to resembling a perfect circle. But watch and learn as we present this super new geometric life hack. We offer you the services of an ordinary alligator clip, which will turn out to be just as good as a real compass. Fasten two pencils together closely and draw circles to your heart's desire. While mathematics may be necessary to get you through school, we say before that, You'll need life hacks to get you through math. That'll definitely catch on quick. Genius is a heavy burden to bear. Sometimes the nerves you feel the night before a big test take so much out of you, you're left with little to no energy to properly study. There's so much to memorize and practice, but with each passing hour, your eyes are able to read less and less. Heck, keeping your head up off the desk even is all but impossible at a certain point. Next thing you know, the sun is shining, birds are chirping. Good morning? Not for you! You're late for school, Kira. You super overslept. But it's not time to go into a tailspin, worrying that a D is definitely the best grade you can hope for. Your handy-dandy sharpener will save the day and hide a rather small but super helpful cheat sheet for you. But don't sleep on this job too. Be sure to stash it in a way that no one will find it but you. Teachers have a tendency to have eyes like a hawk after all. And hey, you tried to study. Really, you did. But that's the way it always is, huh? Staying up till 3 a.m. on Facebook. Easy as pie. But the second you crack the spine of a textbook hoping to fill your brain with useful things, and it's lights out quick as a flash. But there's nothing to be done about it now. With your cheat sheet in hand, all will be well. I'll bet pulling in the best grade in class will end up keeping your teacher up all night trying to figure out how you managed it. We'll never tell. Of course, you don't always know about quizzes in advance. Sometimes they pop, pun intended, into your life when you least expect them. In that case, you'll have to pull out all the stops and then some. For example, well, believe it or not, a Band-Aid is an excellent place to keep cheat sheets too. Write down any last-minute facts on the inside of the Band-Aid and stick it on your finger. Even when you only have 5 minutes warning before a quiz, when you're prepared in advance, there's nothing to fear. Yeah, Teach is sure that she's the smartest person on earth, but we're here to show how very mistaken she is. No matter how hard she tries, there's no way she'll figure out how you were able to beat her unbeatable test without any warning. But she really should be pitied. Even James Bond doesn't have tricks this good up his sleeve. Today we celebrate our defeat of the Pops quiz and our chalk-covered bespeckled villain. And now you can relax, confident that you passed with flying colors. We've all felt at some time or another that there is no possible way to cram all the necessary information into our heads. Names, dates, cities, who can keep it all straight? By the end of the school day, everything is so confused and you're left off feeling like you know less than before. How can you make sense of it all? We've got the answer to that oh-so-important question. You've probably heard before that the human eye can perceive the difference between red and green, pink and blue, orange and yellow, and so on. Well, if you're not colorblind, that is. Where are we going with this? Right. Getting organized can really help you absorb information. So highlight all the important names in one color, dates in another, and cities in a third. So even when your brain has turned to mush and your eyes are falling out of your head, don't give up and call it quits. Mark up your notes with all the necessary colors and soon you'll find that you can process all that information and more 100 times faster than your MacBook. Great tip, no? Come on, did you really think we'd give you bad advice? Not possible. This next school life hack is the gem of the bunch. Why is that, you ask? Well, first we have a question for you. What does the color black have in common with the color black? You heard me right. Take your time and really think it over. Give up? Well, the answer is the most obvious one. It's not a trick question. So, Captain Obvious, the thing black and black have in common is they're the same color. And that means that if you use a black marker to write on the outside of a plastic soda bottle that you then fill with, you guessed it, dark soda, then those notes become invisible. Einstein himself couldn't come up with something this good. It's truly a shame that there aren't Nobel Prizes given out for best life hacks yet. But rest assured, that day will come eventually, and credit will be given where credit is due. We hope at least. For now, share this killer tip with your friends and classmates, and then they with their friends, and etc., etc. Sharing is caring, my friends. And the less F's and D's are handed out, the better, right? Students, teachers, and parents alike will be happy. If the only thing getting you through class is a thrilling game of tic-tac-toe, then by all means, play to your heart's content. A, it's fun. B, it helps pass the time. And C, it teaches you to think in advance. Sort of. So, get to it. But don't even think of playing in secret, under your desk or behind some books. I know what you're thinking. If you play out in the open, sooner or later you're going to get caught. Well, that may be true, but your guilt will first have to be proven. If you play on the right surface that can be cleaned in a flash with just the help of a tissue, then your problem is solved. Thank me later. And now for some bloopers for you to study. Stay in school, kids. See you later, alligator.